Negative emotions are impossible to avoid, and everyone feels them from time to time. In this video, I have some dark, negative, anxiety-ridden quotes and my journal art to go with them. It leans toward the dark side because, let's face it, anxiety feels dark and gloomy. I'm going to share with you 3 simple things that can support you when you experience anxiety. And in the description below, you will find a time index that will take you right to each of the simple things that can help you rid yourself of anxiety. This way, if you want, you can skip my story and just heal the anxiety piece of your own story. Please just know that you're not alone. And at the end of this video, I have some free stuff for you to help support you even further.
Simple things you can do when you feel like poo.
Anxiety attacks are crippling. If you have them, you know this. They are the enemy beyond uncomfortable and definitely terrifying. Calling them attacks is appropriate. I had a humdinger last month, and to soothe my hypervigilance, I later looked to familiar quotes to prove to myself that I am not alone experiencing this devastation, and neither are you. If you experience any kind of anxiety, you may resonate with these negative anxiety quotes and images. Again, please view with sensitivity to young eyes. You don't need water to feel like you're drowning, do you? I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to scream. I wanted to yell. I wanted to shout about it, but all I can do was whisper, I am fine. Some days I feel everything at once. Other days I feel nothing at all. I don't know what's worse, drowning beneath the waves or dying from thirst. Darkness consumes me. What does it feel like? He whispered. It feels like drowning, except you can see everyone around you breathing. I wake up every night to fight the same monsters that left me so tired the night before. Silence is the most powerful scream. Monsters don't sleep under your bed, they sleep inside your head. Anxiety attacks are not a conscious choice. No one would choose to feel the rush of terror accompanied by blurry vision, dizziness, confusion, ringing ears, a pounding, racing heart accompanied with chest pain, most certainly feeling like a heart attack, feelings of suffocation, unable to take the next breath, uncontrollable shaking inside and out, profuse sweating, people sounding like Charlie Brown's schoolteacher, and hallucinations of the walls slowly and daringly moving in on you. Anvils shackled to your feet, making your knees and legs weak and oh so heavy, and your breath, every breath, feeling like trying to inhale through thick black tar. If there were a lever to turn this experience off, anyone who felt like this would flip that switch. Let's just breathe for a moment here. You know, I wish I could just be like everyone else in the room, happily enjoying the moment, taking family photos by the flower arrangements and selfies with everyone, and then I can post them on Instagram instead of being so affected by something that I know is going to bring me to my knees, push me to the ground, and make me wish I were dead. So these journal drawings help me to process some of my anxiety, and they help me to navigate my anxious feelings, calming down my nervous system. When I'm focused on creating, my attention is shifted away from the daunting memories, giving me some distance from the triggers. It kind of creates containment for the situation. My journal, with its 4 edges and a crack down the middle, keeps things contained. And slamming the book on the anxious darkness is satisfying. Then I can begin to see a different perspective. You can do this simple thing too. Energy goes to where your awareness flows. Creating art supports you to process your anxiety. I personally don't believe that drawing is a gift that you either have or you don't have. Anyone can draw. Like all skills, it takes some practice, and working on your visual skills help. But this process really isn't about good drawing. It's about getting the feelings out. So anything goes here. And if paper and charcoal cause you to whip up a deeper anxiety-ridden episode, then you can cut out photos and words out of magazines that capture your attention and create a sense of safety for you. Even if it doesn't make sense or fit with what you're thinking and feeling, it might be something inside of you that unconsciously that makes you feel drawn to a particular image. Then you can arrange your collection of images in a journal or on a poster board and use it as a reminder of things that make you feel safe and at ease. And if it's the icky feelings that you want to shut the book on. My friend and I covered the entire floor and every flat space in her basement with words cut from magazines. I was able to process a ton of anxiety-ridden emotions in this way. And so you may be thinking, how can this possibly help? Wouldn't this just attract more anxiety to me? Didn't you just say energy goes where awareness flows? If you experience anxiety attacks, they are already there inside of you. Our negative emotions consume so much of our energy. Be aware of your unresolved emotional experiences, and then you can do something about them. All of our experiences have emotions attached to them. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. We have 9 systems in our bodies. And what are they made up of? Tissues and organs. And what are tissues and organs made up of? Cells. And what are cells made up of? Molecules. What are molecules made of? Atoms. And what are atoms made up of? Subatomic particles. What are subatomic particles made of? Energy. Where our energy flows is what we demonstrate or manifest in our lives. So here's the interesting thing. When we create this art, whatever kind of art it is, in magazines or from journals or whatever it is, it moves the anxiety from the subconscious mind to the conscious mind, reliving it. Kind of scary? Energy comes flowing down through our hands to the paper. Sound a bit crazy? Maybe you don't want to go there? Stay with me here and you'll begin to see the connection. So, go ahead and imagine your last vacation. How was it? Was your destination hot or cold? Was it humid or kind of dry? Did you travel with your family or with your friends? Would you go there again? Was it fun or was it kind of boring? Was it such a good vacation that you keep the photos on your phone and show your friends when you get home, or even make a photo book out of it, or not so much? Did you come home more tired than when you left, or did you come home relaxed? Were you just there on your vacation? Your awareness was there, you weren't. Think about your best friend. Does he or she bring a smile to your face? How do they make you feel? And now think of when you lost someone important to you. How do you feel now? We can control where our awareness goes in our minds. And just like art, we have to practice to be skillful. And to bring things into our awareness like anxiety also takes practice. When we do this in a controlled environment, in a safe place, it helps us to process it. How? By moving the energy of the anxiety out of you onto the paper. Crazy? So here's the thing. My son, when he was a little guy, he would make me the most wonderful cards and drawings that a mom could ever desire. Could I sell them in a store? No, and I wouldn't want to. He somehow found the most crinkly pieces of paper, and he cut crookedly, and he spelled phonetically. Well, that's a generational pattern. To anyone else, these cards and letters are worthless. To me, they are the most precious things I could have. Why? Because they are full of his love for me. With his tiny little hands and humongous heart, he put his love on that paper and he gave it to me. He put his emotion into it. He transferred that energy onto the paper, and now I can hold it in my hands. He made all those cards and drawings for me years ago, and I can still feel his love for me from these tiny little shreds of paper. It's the same with our anxiety. Move the energy of the anxiety and all the connecting emotions out of you onto the paper. Once you have them out, you can decide if you want to keep them as a reminder of how far you've come, or if they're particularly triggering, you can rip them up and throw them away. I keep the ones that don't trigger me, like the ones I showed you here, and I burn the others on the barbecue. I promise these simple things will help in supporting you to process your anxiety. And here is one more simple thing that you can do when you feel anxieties, agonizing, angst-ridden, detrimental, life-sucking poo. This is the ultimate simple thing. It also takes practice. Okay, honestly, it's not so simple at first, but once you get it, it is simple. Like riding a bike. It will become second nature. Make sense? It most definitely works. And if I can do it, so can you. So here's the thing. I say that a lot, huh? Our natural tendency is to resist. And well, of course, the kicker? Science teaches us that the more we try not to think a thought or feel an unpleasant feeling, the more you will find yourself thinking and feeling the very thing you don't want to think and feel. You know the pink elephant experiment. Try not to think about a pink elephant. So hey, don't think about a pink elephant right now. Are you thinking about an elephant? A pink one? Thought you were going to try to not think about a pink elephant. This phenomenon is known as the ironic process theory. Similar with anxiety, trying not to have anxiety brings more anxiety. Deliberate attempts to suppress certain thoughts actually make them more likely to surface. Obviously, that doesn't work. Anxiety needs our participation to grow and take over. Think about that. Every emotion, negative and positive, needs our participation to grow. We are the hub of our lives. You are the center of your own life. You are the one constant here. You are. I am in my life. Emotions, good and bad, they come and go. You are the one constant. Does this make sense? You're the one here. So how does realizing this help you? Well, here's how it helped me. I realized I am the one who can notice what emotions to produce. It's true. We are not at the mercy of our negative emotions. Or well, we don't have to be. Knowing this gives you power, and it gives you some space to heal from anxiety attacks, even attacks associated with PTSD. If we can notice and acknowledge people around us, the sounds we hear, smells, objects, and textures, you do, right? We can do the same thing with our thoughts and feelings. So I'm starting to notice and acknowledge the anxiety and the fear as they start to come up inside of me, teaching myself to meet this emotional energy in a different kind of way. Relating to anxiety like I would something I care about, like a person or a pet, something that I love. Okay, so wrap your mind around this simple thing. If anxiety were your new puppy, how would you treat her? Would you push her away or be harsh to her? Or would you be kind and gentle and friendly? Ugh, you say, friendly to my anxiety? You are nuts. You love your puppy, but sometimes she chews on your slippers. Does that mean that now you hate her? No, of course not. She's a puppy. Try relating to your anxiety like the puppy you love. You don't need to like everything about anxiety or even remotely love it, but you can meet it with less angst and more gentleness. Give it way less power and it can't grow or take over your life. Meet your anxiety in a less engaged way. Take away its power. So I'm trying to think how I actually do this in the real world away from my journal and my whiteboard. Sometimes my thoughts still try to mock me. Well, what if I see someone who reminds me of an old perpetrator? Or what if I smell something that reminds me of something I can't handle? Or what if people look at me? Or what if I see someone I know and I don't know why, I just don't want to see people I know right now? These are all thoughts that I was giving way too much power to. It's all in my head. So now, instead of that entire catastrophe, I choose to think about positive things, things I love, like, what if I show up at the store and avocados are on sale? That's silly, but it's true. What if I was just brave and just went to the store? What if I go there and nothing that I worried about for hours actually was even remotely true? And what if this is the case most of the time? What if I don't show up in my life? My friend described it well when she said, it feels like you need help on the inside. Like nothing anyone can do on the outside will do any good. She's very smart. And how true that is. Still, it's our thoughts creating all the drama inside. So change the thoughts. Easy to say, huh? It's good to just acknowledge that some days it's harder than others and some seasons are harder too. But we can't allow those voices in our heads to weigh us down. It's disempowering. It's safe to quiet the critical voice and acknowledge the anxiety and let it go. So say to yourself, yes, I hear you, anxiety. Thank you. Let it go and breathe it out. Listen to the more compassionate voice instead, like how you talk to your new puppy. And this we have to teach ourselves to do. Remember, anxiety needs our participation to grow, so don't participate. You are not alone with your anxiety. Please enjoy these calming font art statements. When you get tired, learn to rest, not quit. You deserve a whole sheet of gold stars. Exhale the past. Don't give up. Please don't give up. Imagine if we obsessed about the things we love about ourselves. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. I am safe. Stay in your own time zone. I accept my present reality of self-doubt and my vision of success, and this discrepancy mobilizes my energy to achieve my vision in action. You can quote me on that one. You're not alone with your anxiety. I would love to hear your thoughts and your comments. I post a new video every 3 weeks. Please consider subscribing. Have a gentle day. And if you're interested in any of my artwork, download it from the description below. And check out these other videos.